There's a job to do, there's a fight to win. Follow me, boys, follow me. And it won't be done till we all pitch in. Lift your chin with a grin and follow me.
G'day guys, welcome back to Lost Scoutcraft. Today I'll be teaching you how to tie a sheepshank. Now a sheepshank is a knot for shortening a piece of rope. However, the rope does have to be under tension, otherwise the knot will most likely come undone, and it does have a fail rate. I would not recommend putting your life on this knot, but yeah, let's get into it. So, how you tie it is that this end will be tied to a boat or something like that, and you need to shorten the rope because there's too much slack, and then you need to tighten the other end, but you're going to have heaps of rope laying there, so got to shorten the rope. So what you do is you create a loop like that. But what is interesting about this particular knot is you have to make sure that you turn it the right way. So twist it like that, so the end that's tied to something is underneath the rest of the rope, and you have to make sure it's flat like that. And then you come down, and then you create another loop just like that, and then you come up and through, and you leave it like that. Tighten this, and as long as there's tension on this line and this line, that'll stay like that. But this is going to be difficult because I've got nothing tying it to the other end. And with this loose end, I'm just remembering that this is the loop and this loop, and this will create another one of these. So with this longer part that'll be tied to the other end, create another loop in it, and same principles as the other side, bring it through, tighten it, and then that's nice and strong. You've shortened your rope, but yeah, I wouldn't recommend putting your life on this, because like with a bit of slack you can start to loosen it. But there is a technique that you may or may not be taught in a very rogue version of the Special Forces, and I don't think they teach this in Scouts anymore. But I'd probably call it the lifeline sheepshank, because you're probably going to fail more than succeed with this one. But if you're in the wild and you have to climb down something like abseil, sorry, there's a plane going over, but I'll just grab my clamp and I will clamp down a piece of rope. So this is paracord, and what I'm going to do now is a regular sheepshank, but this is how you get your rope back at the top of the hill. And remember, disclaimer, I am not responsible for your actions. You will mostly die if you use this technique. However, if it's your last option and you need the rope because you're in a survival situation and you have to get down a mountain, this may work. I have seen it work. However, I've also seen it screw up really bad. So what you do is same old sheepshank. Yep, sheepshank, that's the one. Getting confused with sheepshank. So you tie it. Fiddly fiddly, working through the eyes of a camera. There we go. Okay, so I've tied that sheepshank. Now if you notice, there are 3 strands. One here, one in the middle, and one on the other side. Now, whilst there is constant tension, if you let go of this, it will definitely fuck up. But if you've got tension on this, and I grab out my knife, if you have to get your rope back in a survival situation, never cut a used line, by the way, another disclaimer, never cut a line that is in use, or any rope for that matter. But what you do is making sure that you don't cut any of the others. You get that center line, and the center line only, and with tension on it, you cut it, and you've still got that rope connected nice and strong. But if you let go and shake it, then your line's come undone, and you can get the rest of your rope, whilst this end will stay tied at the top of the mountain and everything. But remember, you will mostly fuck up if you put your life on that. I am not responsible for any of your own actions. This is just showing you an example of how you can use this technique. But anyway, hopefully you taught you something. Like and subscribe, and thanks for watching, guys.